Yeah, not having Kelsey in training camp was really hard, just because, we needed to start just what it was going to look like from day one. But, we weren't able to do it. But she was there every day. She was right on the sideline every day talking. She really talked to Caitlin and the other players, even though she wasn't able to be out there with them. I think Dallas, when we went to...
Yeah, hi, Christie. Was just wondering what the process was yesterday, how much was spent on film, how much was spent on rest for players just in between.
Yeah, just really whatever they needed is what they did, other than we did have team video and a team stretch, but some of them needed treatment, some of them needed a good stretch. So it was just one of those days, we keep showing them different things that helps them understand like what their body needs in a game after a game, with one in between. So
Christine.
So Christie, levity, I imagine, is a big part of keeping everyone loose and happy and fun. And the video that's out there of Lexi's birthday and Caitlin singing, and she wishes her other rookies because she has to sing the whole thing by herself.
Yeah.
And she picks her up and all that. In light of what you did with the game playing and all that in the break that led to the team building and whatever, how important is something as silly and fun that obviously is getting tons of hits out there? How important is that, just those couple moments of levity?
Yeah, I think it's just, once you build relationships with people and get comfortable, it just kind of changes, how you interact daily. And I really think that that's had a huge play in how we've played on the court. These guys spent, time off the basketball court, quality time, just spending time with each other, getting to know each other, kind of just letting their hair down a little bit and having a good time. And so that's, but I've said it, Caitlin is, I won't tell her this, but I'm sure she'll hear it, but she's really a funny person. She has us laughing a lot out on the practice court a lot of times.
Chloe.
Yeah, obviously Wednesday's game was pretty physical. For today, have you done anything like physically or mentally with your team to kind of just prepare for that?
No, not really anything you can do to help with that, but you're completely right. That was a real physical game, way more even going back and watching it, just when I was able to focus on some other things. Just got to make sure we're, Kelsey and Caitlin just couldn't get loose the other night from, their defenders. And it wasn't like, there was a lot of times there was a lot of wrapping and holding going on. So hopefully we'll get those calls tonight and they'll have feel a little bit more free, trying to get from point A to point B.
Alexa, go ahead.
Yeah, Christie, just kind of going back to a little bit earlier in the season, when you think about just Kelsey getting healthy and how, she wasn't practicing in training camp and it took some time for her to kind of get going, how much was that a factor in just like things not going the way you guys wanted to at first? And when did you start to realize that she was kind of getting into her own groove that we've seen now?
Yeah, not having Kelsey in training camp was really hard, just because, we needed to start just what it was going to look like from day one. But, we weren't able to do it. But she was there every day. She was right on the sideline every day talking. She really talked to Caitlin and the other players, even though she wasn't able to be out there with them. I think Dallas, when we went to the preseason game, she got in. I think that was the first game without any practice. But probably, again, it's still a process. I can't pinpoint a time. It's just been over a period of time with her in there with the other players, and just, she's just so dynamic. When you're not used to playing with someone like her, it's different with her ability to get downhill and her ability to knock down shots. And so it was, once we got her back and they started the process of getting to know each other, playing together, it just, we just keep getting better.
Matt.
Yeah, 2 to 3 games ago, Caitlin was pretty expressive, and obviously you've said before that that's the player that she is. On Wednesday, not so much, it was a little bit more reeled in. Does that mean that you and the staff maybe sat down with her and had a little bit of a talk about that?
I mean, we talk about the her competitive spirit a lot. There's just things that we didn't want her to pick up that those technical fouls. We didn't want to. We don't want her. Nobody wants her to sit out. And I think it's just a conversation about what the result will be if you get those, and she understands that, and she obviously doesn't want to have to sit out a game as well. But I mean, again, that's her drive and that's her spirit, and that's something I want her to have it, the way she's been all season. And then just maybe, we've got to pick and choose some of our times. Like once you realize it's just not going in your favor anymore, it's time to, let's go to the next play. So we kind of talk about that, just getting to that next play.
Got time for one more maybe in the room? Kelsey, you got one more?
Coach, could you just talk a little bit more about Aaliyah? Obviously, she had the big night scoring and she struggled a little bit offensively, and that's kind of been the story. But can you talk a little bit more about her defense and her rebounds and how big of an impact that has made on the last few games?
Yeah, golly, Aaliyah Boston, whether she's scoring or not, and we want her to score, and we're going to get the ball to her down there for as many touches as she needs. But her defensive presence has just been, it's just so solid. And that was, she was really down on herself early, really, but her impact on the defensive end, like we just kept trying to show her like what she's doing for us is just huge. I mean, she broke the franchise record last year in rebounds, I'm pretty sure. And then I think she just broke it again, broke her own record. I mean, that's huge against Asia Wilson and this Vegas team. I mean, the way she's able to rebound the basketball, I mean, she's a huge, huge part of our success.
Tony, anything after? Okay.
Wait, me again, Tony.